What is up, everyone? Sunday, first weekend, March Madness. We made it. The contacts didn't make it, but the glasses are here. Kurt, I've got the glasses on. I'm up. I'm awake. Had one of my best friends in Chicago is actually moving to Colorado, so we had a going away party, and it was also his birthday. So the going away plus birthday party last night. They kept the bar open until 3 for us. I'm sure you can tell with my voice. But the games are good, man. The games are good yesterday. The games have been good the first weekend. We've seen some upsets. We had back-to-back overtime games to kind of close out the slate last night. Not DFS, but game-wise, what were your takeaways yesterday? We saw Tennessee really grind it out against Texas. I thought that really showed different ways in which Tennessee can kind of win. They've outscored teams this year, but holding Texas to 58 was huge. Illinois winning by 30. That game was over when it tipped against Duquesne. And then the Oregon-Creighton game, and finally Dante, man. I don't know how Creighton won that game. Dante was just unstoppable. What were your main takeaways from yesterday?
I think I said it to you. I think there's more games. There's more better games early on than what I'm used to, which I like. DFS has been a little rough, but there's been more locked in games in the first weekend that I'm used to. Usually everyone's like, oh, the first weekend was shitty. There's only blah, blah, a couple upsets, but they weren't great games. And then I really enjoyed these games, especially, I can't lie. We all know I was asleep for the Creighton game. I wanted to stay up and sweat Tracy because I needed just enough to get in Survivor. I got through, thank God, because Tracy got exactly what he needed to get. But yeah, I imagine that was an awesome game. Dante needed double overtime, but I don't know what he was at in regulation. I called he would get under 38. Assuming he probably was over that. So sorry about that call.
Yeah. He had 28 and 20 in 5 blocks.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll do it. Kalkbrenner has been getting absolutely dick kicked inside this tournament. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game. DFS has been struggled, but thank God I got through Survivor, and let's have a day today. And, I know a lot of us are running on fumes. I know I am. Can't imagine what you are. Because this dude, bro, I know we want to be quick, but this dude will stay out till 5 a.m. And I don't believe that you got home at 3 a.m. You'll bar hop and say, he killed me when I was out there, bro. Stevie, I don't know how you do it.
I got home at 3:17 because I texted Gav at 3:17. I said Utah State team total under is the best bet of the day. I don't know why I texted him at 3:17, but we're betting Utah State team total under today.
I got a couple bets today too, actually. I'm going to give out a couple bets. Take it with a grain of salt because I don't have the track record of Steve, but I'm going to give out a couple for fun.
Yeah, the guys in the chat are saying good bets day yesterday. I think on the site we were 9-2 on the bets that I posted on the site. Wow. Dropped the Dayton one by a hook. That was brutal on the first game. But after that, we went 9-1. Not that many bets today. I think I've got the Colorado Marquette over. That might be my only one going in. This kind of seems like a live betting type of day with all the big spreads. Oh, I have Bama -5 too. So we'll get to that as well. But yeah, you can tell that my voice is gone. Let's go game by game here, Kurt. Sucks ass. So we have what I think is the best game of the day to start. It is by itself though, so it's like CBS. We're gonna get Kevin Harlan on the call, Kurt, for this one. Colorado coming off just the best game of the tournament against Florida. Now they get Marquette. This is a spot where, just out of respect, I bet Colorado +4. I really hope they win, man. This has kind of been our team for a couple weeks now, but really tough matchup here with Marquette. I took the over 147. I just kind of think Colorado at full strength is going to drag anyone that's willing to run into a track meet, and I think Marquette's going to be willing to run. Super encouraging to see Kolek play 37 minutes in their first game of the tournament. The brackets kind of opened up for Marquette here with Kentucky losing. What do you think DFS-wise? We started off with probably the best game DFS-wise of the slate.
It's tough because there's going to be some big scores, and you really have to have the right combination here, or you're going to be pretty tilted. I think they won't be chalk, but there'll be some decent ownership here, and enough to where if a guy goes off, if Lampkin goes off at 15% for 40, you're like, damn, I'm really, really behind the 8 ball. So it's going to be a game where we can leverage off later if you need to. I like all kinds of options here. if we start on the Marquette side, I'm not really going to do their ancillary pieces. It's just going to be Kolek and Oso for me. Cam Jones is up there now. Joplin's up there. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the like Mitchell or Ross or one of those guys get there, but it won't be in my lineups. So just Kolek and Oso on the Marquette side. Keep it very simple, stupid there. Colorado, Cody Williams. I mean, he's like a lottery pick. Got up to 25 minutes. If there's any foul trouble that's not him in the front court, he's going to see even more. So I'm just going to rank them because I like them all. I have to go per dollar, even KJ at 9K, then Lampkin, then Tristan DeSilva, and then Cody Williams. Hadley, I was on him in the Florida game. I will be off here unless it's a true game stack. Muted.
Oh my God, it's the first time all weekend. Hadley tilted me last game because he hasn't done dick in like a couple weeks.
Well, yeah, but I touted him, so he had to do good.
Lost a big winner take all by like a point and a half with the Hadley 31. Yeah, Cody Williams at 4.9 is interesting for tournaments for sure. We saw him get up to like 26 minutes here. I think he's pretty underprojected around the industry minute-wise. I think that's kind of a mistake. I don't think he's going to be in the teens. I think he's going to be mid-20s again, and under 5K. I think he's good for like game stacks here. Yeah, there's a bunch of options here, Kurt. KJ Simpson at 9. He's going to play literally the entire game. TDS, I'm kind of with you. I think this is a spot to hop off of him. Super popular last game. The best play of the game, though, is Kolek at 8-1. I mean, come on. I'm going to be playing him in all three of my lineups. I'm playing 3 main teams today. Going to play Kolek in all 3. We've got a huge projection on Stevie Mitchell. I want your thoughts on Stevie Mitchell there at 6K. Coming off kind of a good game, but like I just haven't really played him all season. Not really sure if I want to go there here, but the projection's good.
I mean, I won't fault anyone for playing him. I just won't play him unless it's a game stack. I'm not really a big Stevie Mitchell guy. Like, I don't know. I'm not playing him, but like I said, I won't fault anybody because it's not a bad play. He's projecting well. I'm sure he gets like minimum 23, so he's probably gonna have a great floor, I guess. But then again, does he? I don't know. I just really like Kolek here. I like Kolek. I think you should definitely have Kolek or Oso, probably. Definitely Kolek.
I think it's Kolek for sure.
Definitely Kolek, but
and then maybe a Colorado piece. I think you can stack this game up, though. You know, we just saw Colorado getting a track meet. I think Marquette will run with them. Really hope Colorado plays well here, but this is a different class of team than the Pac-12, so we'll see. All right, let's keep it moving. Utah State, Purdue. We've got a bunch of these type of games today, Kurt, where 10-plus point favorites. Purdue minus 11.5. Not sure what they are right now. That's where when I posted this last night, I've got this in the playbook. 11.5, 149 tote. Zach Edey showed everyone why he's back-to-back National Player of the Year in round 1, going for 30 and 20. I think they push max minutes on him here. Really, really, really bad matchup for Utah State. They do a lot of their work with Great Osibor inside. I'm not playing the Utah State guy here. Any thoughts DFS-wise in this one?
Oh, I'm doing Kolek over 7.5 assists plus 100. I don't know if you can find better odds, but I like that bet. That plus money. I think he gets like 10 assists here. For this game, I don't mind Darius Brown, but it's really like Smith, Ide, and Darius Brown here. I'm not messing with those other guys. I'm going to keep in my 150 pool. I'm going to keep Uduji in the player pool because he's been starting. He's 3,800. Good total, maybe. I mean, their team total is what, 768. So yeah, 3,800. Maybe he sees a couple buckets drop. Besides that, I'm definitely not playing the mid-tier Utah State guys. I don't trust them at all. And Osabar, terrible matchup for him. Hate to see it.
Yeah, there's a couple of guards that are just underpriced on this slate. I think Braden Smith goes in that bucket. 7-6 Braden Smith, Kurt, in a game where they're going to push him for max minutes is something that we have to have interest in for sure. I think he's the best play in the game. This slate, we do have more value than we've had in the last couple, besides Thursday. So I think Zach Edey is definitely in play here. I think we see like 33 plus minutes in this spot, which opens up like this 60 plus point upside for him. So if you trust the value, I think you can play Edey, but I think Braden Smith's the best play in the game. Any last thoughts here?
Nope, that's it. Darius Brown, really contrarian play. There's a lot, like Steve said, there's a lot of better 7K cash plays, single entry stuff. So be careful with that, only in large field.
Yep. Next, we got JMU and Duke. JMU, the darlings, they took out. Finally, we put that dead-ass dog Wisconsin team to rest. But now they get Duke. Different level of talent here, Kurt. Duke down to basically 5 guys with Caleb Foster hurt. They're going to play their 5 the entire game here. I think the big takeaway for me, Kurt, from the first game for Duke was Mark Mitchell playing 35 minutes. When he was playing 35 before, he was up almost near 8K. He's 6,100 here. I think he kind of gets lost in the shuffle on this slate a bit. And we know what kind of upside he has. They're getting paced up here. JMU 62nd in tempo, kind of a sneaky pace team on this slate. Duke with a 79 team total. I kind of think so. I think I'm going to bet Duke. I kind of think Duke just kind of gives it to him here. JMU played well, but man, this is a different level of talent than Wisconsin. They were able to kind of out athlete Wisconsin, and if they try that same shit against Duke, they're just DOA. I think. Let's start on the Duke side. Filipowski 8'5", Mark Mitchell 6'1". The guards to me are kind of hard to sift through. I think they're more MME plays. But what do you think?
Even in my MME, I'm not. I mean, I'm going to lower them and see if they hit, but just can't do it. I think Mark Mitchell is similar to Ingram play from yesterday, and that came through for us. So keep an eye on that. He'll be even lower owned, I imagine. But like you said, the minutes are very tasty. Good total, good pace up. Great contrarian play. I want to know what you're going to do with like some of these cheaper JMU guys. Like, are you trusting the projection on Carey, Horton, guys like that? Wooden?
Yeah, so interesting spot for the JMU guys. Terrence Edwards, their star is sitting at 7K. Like, it's tough for me to click him at 7 when you've got like Braden Smith for 7.6. Just personally, like, I trust Braden Smith so much more. Bickerstaff, I was kind of hoping that they pushed his minutes more last game, but they didn't. Noah Friedel gave you exactly what we thought he was going to, which was a shit game because I don't play 5K players, and that's why. Friday was probably my worst slate on the entire season because I played a lineup that I never do, which is with 5K guys. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head. JMU's got a couple of cheap guys that are really in play here. Kind of hard to sift through them. I think Raekwon Horton is interesting at 4K. He's played 19, 22, and 22 minutes the last 3 games. And then Jalen Carey, man, the minutes are scary, 13, 15, and 13, but the usage is really high when he's in there. And he's going to fit a bunch of builds today, Kurt. So I don't know. Like, it's tough to say that a guy playing 14 minutes is a good play. I think Jalen Carey is going to be super owned on the slate too. So just because he lets so much happen. What do you think between those two guys? Like a projection at 15 minutes, like, is he really going to be a 1 fantasy point per minute guy against Duke? I don't know.
I think it's a good play to look into if after the Colorado Marquette game, see how you do in Colorado Marquette, and then make the decision on if you're going to play a chalk carry. If the games went great, I think you're fine just rolling him out there. If you had a bust in that game, I think you get different, or a Braden Smith bust or something like that in the Utah State game. I think that's where you get different. That's kind of how I'm going to do Carey. I mean, I'm just going to play him for now just because he does make a lot of stuff work. And then, yeah, dissect it when the time comes. I think Edwards is fine price. Like, obviously, I would rather have, like, Braden Smith. But if it gives you, like, a bigger upgrade, I don't hate Edwards here for 7K. For large field, of course.
Yeah, I think Edwards is going to be more owned than people think at 7K.
That's gross. Because the guard forward eligibility, too?
Yeah, like, he's a good play. Don't get me wrong. I just think that Duke could kind of pound him here. Filipowski, is he going to get owned on this slate? I think that so we saw him basically.
He was hitting all my builds on Saber.
Basically get like schemed out of last game. Like, they were doubling him every time he touched the ball. So he took like 1 shot and still got to 35 or so. So I think he's a great spend here. Maybe gets lost a bit. I think Mitchell's my favorite play in the game, though. Any last words here?
I'm sorry, I gotta bring this up. Hunger over carry all day. I will literally come to completion if I just see Don Klingon absolutely shit kick Luke Hunger. I mean, I want his balls. I want his balls and dick in Hunger's mouth multiple times. I'm talking like it falls out of his pants while he's dunking and it's in Hunger's mouth. I need it to happen. I want the Hunger people punished. Punished. I'm sorry. It's not at you, Paul. I'm really not. It's just I'm tilting Hunger 16% the other day. Love you, Paul. Sorry. And Hunger is, if he sees that foul trouble, he will see a lot more minutes than Carey. So I get it, but fuck Hunger.
Okay. We'll get to him. We'll get to him, Kurt. Let's go to Clemson and Baylor. This game, the total is way lower than it is on KenPom here, Kurt. Two teams that play not as fast as people think, 261st and 282nd in tempo. It's just the defense isn't really there on either side. We saw a PJ Hall bus game on Friday. I think this is a great spot to go back to him. Baylor plays zero defense. They're just going to try to outscore you. PJ Hall, I think, could kind of get his here. This is, man, the 7K range on the slate is really, really good. PJ Hall there at 7.6, maybe the lowest price point we've seen on him in a couple months. He's a scary click because he literally just fucked everyone on Friday. But this game should be close. We should see max minutes from him. He's got 40-plus upside for 7.6. YOLO Joe, always a tournament play. Jack Clark, I think, is interesting at 5.3 too, Kurt. Maybe more of like a cash play just because he's going to be out there a lot. Impacts the game without scoring, That's the lowest price we've seen on Jack Clark in a while. What are your thoughts on the Clemson guys?
I've been wanting to pull the trigger on Clark for a little bit. 36 minutes is really enticing. If you get foul trouble for Shefflin somehow, like Clark could just rebound skyrocket. He's not fitting right now, but I think I do want to try to be a little bit over on him in my 150 because I think he's kind of sneaky good last piece in. Give me like 20 maybe for it, a little bit over 4X or something like that. As far as PJ Hall goes, he just has to avoid the dumb fouls. He could really take advantage of this matchup, and I don't think Macy's going to draw that many fouls. I could be wrong there analytically, but just God, he just gets some stupid fouls on help defense. Just throws his body at people. It's so tilting. Slate breaking upside. Another one of those, just like Braden Smith, 7'6" guys who could literally go for 50 and nuke you into oblivion. As far as the rest of the guys go, Baylor is uncharacteristically bad on defense, and it feels unnatural. I kind of lean the over here. I don't know how you feel about it. Maybe it's priced already too inappropriately, but not really getting to much Clemson besides that, unless you're just don't want Joe could come out here and hit 8 threes and I'll just lose, I suppose.
Yeah, so Misi did not look healthy in that last game. He's battling like a back injury, didn't play that many minutes. I think the best play in this game besides PJ is Ray J. Dennis. We saw him get into early foul trouble, still played 34 minutes. If he doesn't foul in that game, he probably plays 39, 40. We have him for like 38 minutes here. I think he's one of the safer plays on the slate. Another one of these just awesome 7K range plays. So I think you can play PJ and Ray J. Dennis here. My two favorite plays in the slate. Guy I wanted to ask you about. So Eve Misi clearly banged up. What about some Josh Ojinwuna for 4K? This is a Kurt special right here. It
is, but I played him earlier this year on the 2-gamer when no one played him, but he was like sub 4K. So now it's up there, and it's like, I wish he was cheaper. There's a handful inside. I know they're a bunch of whiteys, but they're a handful inside. And then Goffrey comes in and gives you a little bit. So it's not like he's not going to get comfortable out there. I could see him getting there, but it's going to take Misi playing legit 16 again, not even touching 20s. I don't like the price tag or the price on him. So
I think if he was if he was the same price as the JMU guy, I think I'd have more interest. But at 4.4, probably not. Paul in the chat, no PJ. Yeah, I think that's what everyone's going to say. That's why he's an awesome play, because everyone just got dicked by him on Friday.
Look at Ray J's assist rate last 3.
Ray J's going to smash.
Look at his assist rate last 3.
62% assist. Yeah. And he was 1 assist short of the double-double last game. I'm probably playing Ray J. All right, let's go to a game that we really have to talk about here. Grand Canyon, Bama. The second half of the slate starts here. Big news of the slate is DraftKings just not understanding who plays for Grand Canyon, and these price tags are just wrong, and they play Bama. So about as good of a tempo game, pace up as you can ask for. And we've got at least 3 guys who are main lineup viable / almost must plays on the Grand Canyon side. Ty Grant Foster, the Kansas transfer, their stud. He is built for like transition playing in space. That's exactly what Bama wants to do. He's an awesome spend. Ray Harrison and McLaughlin both looked awesome in the first game. I think the question is, how many Grand Canyon do you want here, Kurt?
That is the question. At first, I was a little bit scared of chalk, how much it's been busting. And then I was like, well, it's been the cheap chalk, and it's been like 7K chalk, not completely blatantly mispriced chalk, kind of like how we had. This is very similar to Stanford the other day, just blatantly mispriced. And we saw everyone get there besides Marshall. Literally, all of them got there except Marshall the other day. So these guys are a little bit priced up, but Bama also plays like faster than Kansas. So I think we just play them. How you get different is, I guess, that third or the fourth guy. Or like, I guess the third guy you play. I mean, Harrison, McLaughlin, Grant Foster. I'm playing 2. I'm playing at least 2 of them, and it might be all 3, honestly. And then the fourth is really up in the air. I could see one of them getting there. Moore, Brennan, Blackshear. Could see one of them getting there if something happens to one of the main 3. They play 7 guys.
These guys are great plays. I mean, all 3 project as basically the best plays of the slate. I think you probably need at least 2.
Great question.
What?
Oh, can you not? Are you not looking at the screen?
Yeah, I mean,
I had this in my head, but
yeah, go for it.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm okay with playing the top 3 projected guys together. Mm-hmm. I think Lockwer, just because of the minutes, he's a bit scary. Like, he's only going to play low 20s. He's up at 5.5. I think he's the one I'm probably most apt to fade. And then I think Colin Moore is a better play. Like him and Duke Brennan, I think I'd rather play than Lockwer here. So yeah, like the top 3 are all great plays. I have no issue playing them together. And then the other side on Bama, Kurt, why don't you give us your Bama rundown?
So for me, Grand Canyon, I don't want to play Moore and Blackshear together. So that's, and then probably not Ward and Brennan together, but Ward's like my last, like he's like the defensive guy. So I don't really want much interest in him, maybe just large field stuff. For Bama, I am more apt to be overweight on Nelson than I think everyone else is. I think he's a very risky play. Got benched last game, wasn't really fouls, so he gets schemed out any game. But if they want to play this fast, they're going to play 25 minutes. Shout out my guy Tanner with the Bama insight. Listen to everything Oates says. It's clutch. So I think Nelson's a great GPP play. God forbid one like Wagyu or one of those guys get in foul trouble. I think he has a high ceiling here. Wagyu beef. Big Kringle. Does Grand Canyon draw fouls at a pretty good rate?
The Wagyu beef. I'm dying. Wagyu beef. All season you called him Wagyu beef. Oh my God. What was your question?
Grand Canyon draw fouls at a decent rate?
I mean, Tyler Grant Foster's got like a top 25 foul drawn rate on the season. Yeah.
Oh boy. God, I hope it doesn't.
Harrison can draw him too.
Market Wagyu play of the day. Oh my God.
Wagyu. Holy fuck. Yeah, no, on the Bama side, my thoughts here are not necessary for a main lineup. Sears, man, like he could absolutely nuke this. They've got an 86 team total. I think my like main tournament team is going to be a game stack here with Sears coming back with the Grand Canyon guys. I don't think you need to play a Bama piece like on a main lineup or in cash, but man, Sears is going to play all 40 here and can put up like 30 real points again. We only saw him play like 32 minutes. I think it was either 32 or 34 in the first round, 32. But that was because of the blowout. They just murdered Charleston. It doesn't look like it on the box score because they only won by 13, but they were up 30 with like 8 minutes left. Kurt, did I tell you about this live bet I had on the Bama game? So at halftime, I could tell that Charleston literally had no chance to run with Bama. So I took the minus 15 at halftime, and they're up like 35 with 8 minutes left. They're up 28 with 3 minutes left. They put the walk-ons in, and the walk-ons gave up like a 15-2 run, and they win by 13 because they hit a 3 at the buzzer. Like they were up 16, and they hit a 3 at the buzzer to win by 13.
Oh my
So
God.
that was one of the, no one cares about other people's bad beats, but that was not a good one.
It's weird to say this, but like you said, you don't need a Bama run back. Sears will probably be the option for me. But they run 10 like a 10-man rotation. In Grand Canyon, they're running 7, and one of the guys, Luke Lockweir, is a defensive minded guy. So that's why you can literally play 4 Grand Canyon without a run back.
Wagyu
and Lockweir. I hope I'm not pronouncing that right.
Wagyu and Lockweir stack for the cheese. Let's go.
Ew, no, quit it. Don't even say that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's Sears for me. Like when he's priced close to Estrada, it's just Sears. Like he's the guy
so
who
cold. God, so cold shooting the ball. Maybe he comes out of here.
Who, Estrada?
Been shooting. God, I mean, he can't make layups lately, bro.
Yeah, well, dude, Grant Nelson only played 15 minutes in that game.
No, he got benched. Not even without fouls. Like Tanner said, he legit
so we should bring up right cell got hurt in that last game, but it's like a nose face injury, so I expect him to play. If we get any word that like he's limited or out or something, Rylan Griffin at 4.9 is going to be an awesome play. So let's keep it moving though. Northwestern, Yukon. I'll give you the stage. Yukon minus 14, 135.5 total. If I wasn't in Illinois, I would have hammered the Northwestern team total under at open. Probably still would do that here. But why don't you start with the Northwestern side here, Kurt?
I'm not playing no one on this godforsaken team. Ain't no chance.
Not even Luke Hunger?
I'm not playing freaking Luke. God, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I mean, my gosh, what in the world am I looking at? 30 minutes the past 2 games. I want Klinigan. Oh God, Donovan, I can never pronounce your name. Poor guy. I've been a stud in college for like 2 years now. I still can't.
It's also an easy name to pronounce. It's just
Klingon. It's Klingon. I just can't do it.
There you go.
So I want him to make Hunger retire at halftime. I'm talking about the Colts cornerback situation from a couple years ago. Vontae.
He just takes his jersey off.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. I'm good. I'm gonna go sell fucking car insurance or something. I'm good on this. But that's what I want to happen today, and I hope that he gets over 15% ownership.
He's going to be owned because he's cheap and he's playing a bunch, but the foul risk is obviously real. For those who don't know, Klingon, the best rim defender in the country, elite defender, draws a ton of fouls. Really, really tough spot, but he is cheap. So like, it's kind of baked in there, Kurt. He is going to foul though. All right. So on the Yukon side, what are your thoughts here? I think Klingon, obviously great play at 7-7, probably more of a tournament play, but the upside, like if Northwestern can push them at all, and we see like 28-minute Klingon here.
Oh boy.
I mean, this is why I said at the start of the show that this is one of the better 7K ranges of the entire season. Klingon, I think clearly the best play in the game here. What are your Yukon thoughts?
Like Newton's fine. I think he has a great floor, but I'd rather just play Klingon in the game they get pushed because you're saving money, and holy crap, he just decimate this Northwestern front court. Matthew Nicholson was a very serviceable big man. We attacked the crawl prop last week just because they can't like defend inside. Hunger stands no chance. Like you said, Klingon can really put up a big here if he's forced in the high 20s minutes. For the rest of the guys, like I said, Newton he's fine, but I think he's just priced out for me here. I'd rather just jam the 7K range. Spencer, I've been playing him lately, but it might just be DC and some Spencer and some large field stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think Newton's priced out here. I think if Northwestern can keep this a game, he can like triple double in this game. This is the.
Then you play both. You legit play 2 then.
Yesterday, I talked about how great of a tournament play N'Faly Dante was. Oh my god. No one ever clicks that guy. It's unbelievable. No one ever clicks Tristan Newton either. And like he could triple double in this spot, like under 10%. If you find yourself playing some tournaments and you're in the 8K range, like on this slate, there aren't that many 8K plays, are there? Like there's like him. So like, look, he can easily outscore Tyon Grant Foster, who's going to be 5 times as owned. Okay. Like there's a scenario that Tyon Grant Foster puts up like 30, and we've seen Tristan Newton put up 50s this season.
I think you're bringing another Yukon. I think if you play him, you're bringing another Yukon guy with him.
I don't think you need to.
I think two go off.
So the way that I am playing Newton is if someone fucks up early in my lineup, I'm just going to go from Grant Foster to Tristan.
Love that.
Newton,
Love that swap. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Newton just really has a great game here. With you on Spencer and Caravan, kind of want to wait and see. Maybe we'll play him next weekend. Hopefully their prices keep dropping there.
Best case scenario, right. Blow out here and we can jam them in next week, 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. All right. A&M Houston. This one will be quick for the DFS side. Sorry, VIP. A&M, we're not playing anyone. Houston laying 10 here, 134 total. A&M, man, what a performance against Nebraska. Everyone was just riding Nebraska coming into that game. They just did not have the athletes to compete with Boots and with Wade Taylor and Obaseki. That was you could tell, like, in the first 5 minutes of that game, I bought out of my Nebraska bet. I was like, they just can't guard these guys. There's just no way. There's too much foot speed. But now they get Houston. Clearly a motivated Houston team. Longwood scored like 9 points on Friday. And look, we've got Jamal Shed, another 7K play. Jamal Shed under 8K. Kurt, I'll let you start with him and go from there.
I think he made all 3 of my first 3 hand builds. So love him here. Love him. Texas A&M, VIP, if they shoot not 80% from 3 again, hey, you're live, baby. But they're like sub 300th in 3-point field goals in the country. So I just don't think it's live here. I don't think it's live to happen again. Neb got exposed. I got a bet. I've got a sicko bet. Wade Taylor under 2.5 threes. I know to compete with Houston, they're going to have to chuck those threes. I think Samson comes out here and does not let Wade Taylor get hot. So under 2.5 threes is plus money on DraftKings. Under 2.5 threes for Wade Taylor is where I like. And then, hey, shout out to Henry Coleman for getting there against Nebraska for us. Had that. That's nice. Probably the only guy I'm going to keep in my 150 pool. It's going to be
what a call. Henry Coleman. That was nice.
Imagine, Steve.
He hasn't done dick since like Christmas.
So yeah, I'll have 5% my 150. That's it for my Texas A&M exposure. Like Shed, Roberts, I got to wait and see. So probably a full cross off on all of Houston. Now, I understand if you play Cryer and other guys like that, but I'll be off.
So hear me out. Juwan Roberts is 6,100.
You think he's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that because of the blowout, they didn't push him. But we've seen all season in close games them ride these guys for max minutes. I think we could see like 33 minutes of Juwan Roberts here in a game that they're going to score. Like, man, we just don't see Juwan Roberts at 6'1". Like, even at like 28 minutes, he's going to project well. And I think we could see low to mid 30s here if A&M can stand the game. Obviously, there's the injury concern, so it's like tough to put him in a main lineup. But 6.1K, dude. Like, Juwan Roberts is a 7.5 player for sure. We love him. I'm going to be playing Juwan Roberts on my main tournament team, I think. Shed, awesome play, 7-7. Probably not going to let you down there. The only way that Shed fails is literally if they're like up by 20 at halftime, which could happen. But yeah, Shed's a great play. Any last thoughts here? You're muted.
You're the Juwan Roberts whisperer. So if you think he gets pushed even high 20s minutes here, I'm in. We saw Alec just dominate the glass. I mean, I know it's a different type of player, but Alec just couldn't make a layup. So if Roberts can do just half of that, 6,100 is tasty. So yeah, I'll just ride with you on that.
This is a Juwan spot, Kurt. All right, let's go to the last game. This one will also be quick. Kind of a dud end to the slate here. Yale and San Diego State, the two teams that I did not want to win just because I didn't want to watch this game. But it'll be late on a Sunday. We'll be all tired and on the couch and eating Chinese food or something by then. So, Kurt, any plays here? Danny Wolf is actually priced down a bit to 8-1. Had the really tough matchup in the first round against Janai Broom. Somehow got to his player prop. Like we took the under. I think it was like 12.5 points, and he scored like 6 points in the last 2 minutes of the game to get to 13. He was literally dead to rights before that. Any DFS plays here? I played Matt Noling on that night slate and felt like an idiot. That guy does nothing.
He was projecting well too. That's funny.
God,
I know for the most part, I'm actually going to take some stabs on like the look. First of all, Value's been getting crushed, so don't make fun of me here. But I'm going to play in some of my lineups, Waters or Bird, and hope one of them get me 12. Okay, and don't make fun of me here. I mean, they're playing 13, 20 minutes. One's 4K, one's 3,300. Just give me 12. One of you cucks. That's all. That's all I'm playing this game.
I'm fading this game. I'm not playing these.
You should fade this game.
Yeah, I think you can play like a Danny Wolf, but man, this has got to be like the toughest matchup of the season, the lowest total on the slate. I think I'm just going to pretend that this game isn't on the slate here. So yeah, I think we've got an interesting slate. I'll let you go first as far as overall thoughts, and then your play of the day.
Overall thoughts is I'm not going to be. The projections have kind of let us down. Obviously not Cap's fault, but industry-wide, the projections have kind of let us down the past 2-3 days. But it's a little bit different here as we have the misprices from Grand Canyon. So I'm going to trust the projections and not try to get cute based off what we've seen in the 2 days. I know people will probably be playing a little bit tentatively. I'm not. I'm going to just trust the process, trust the freaking process. And that's how I'll be attacking this slate. Getting weird in one place, but not overdoing it like my brain's telling me to from the craziness that's happened the past 2 days.
So my slate thoughts are the 7K range. I'm going to be loading up on the 7K range and making my lineup fit around those guys that I want to play there. And then a couple of interesting spots. Pivoting from Grant Foster to Tristan Newton, the same price, I think is awesome. And then playing the Texas A&M keeps it close with Juwan Roberts. Like if Houston blows him out, he's going to play 22 minutes. But if A&M can keep this a game, he's going to play 32, and he's going to put up 30 plus DK. So I think Juwan Roberts probably the best tournament play of the slate for me. And then I had one more thought. What was it? Oh, Duke. Mark Mitchell at 6K. If you end up right around 6K, I think Mark Mitchell is the best play in that range there. And Kurt's playing Wagyu. So
no, stop it. Stop it. I'm not playing Wagyu. And I was going to do Mark Mitchell as my play of the day because it went so well with Ingram yesterday, but you just stole it, I guess.
No, go ahead.
Well, no, now it's Mark. No, it's not as fun.
That's not my play of the day. It's yours.
Oh, fine. Okay, then you give yours then. I guess that's mine.
So Mark Mitchell for Kurt. Mine is the same exact price point. Juwan Roberts is going to crush.